talking about the decade-long evolution of the basically royal family that is the KARJENNER fam and their multi-billion-dollar empire as we break down some seriously memorable highlights from the last 10 years that will totally blow your mind. What is up, friends? Welcome back to Shared. I'm Joslyn, and today I am joined by Renee.
Ariel. Hey, guys.
And Kingsley.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
So you guys, sit with me for a moment. We need to go back in time. It is the year 2009. Instagram was like definitely not even a thing yet.
No.
And the KARJENNERs, it was a different world altogether. Kim was pretty much mostly known as the person who was like organizing Paris Hilton's closet. And as we all know, things have changed quite a bit. So I feel like we just have to start with Kim. Kick us off, Kingsley. Take us back to 2009.
All right, for sure. So we all know how Kim K became famous, so how about we just skip right over all of that?
Yes.
In 2009, Keeping Up with the Kardashians was already on the map in its third season. Kim was on and off with Reggie Bush at the time, but 2011, what a year for Kim Kardashian. She married and divorced Kris Humphries in a matter of 72 days. Iconic! She lost that diamond earring in the ocean. People are dying, Kim. Literally nothing good came from that relationship, but we got that legendary Kim Kardashian ugly cry meme, which she later profited from. Kim also dropped her first and only single, Jam, Turn It Up, Grammy Award winner. Just kidding, I wish. It deserves. 2012 was the year Kanye West finally made his move. 2013, that Met Gala appearance where she was wearing that giant full floral outfit that became just meme gold. In 2014, she got married to Kanye in Italy. Also, that was the year that she broke the internet with that champagne nude paper magazine cover. Completely just unforgettable. 2015, full platinum blonde for Fashion Week, kind of looks like Draco Malfoy. 2016, whoa. This is when Kim was robbed at gunpoint in Paris and was gagged and bound. She used a surrogate for Chicago and Psalm, and whoa, busy, scandalous year. She secretly recorded Taylor Swift and Kanye's conversation, posted it to social media, birthing the snake memes and emojis of 2016. Fast forward to 2019, she's now freeing people from prison. Her successful advocacy around criminal justice reform and American recognition of the Armenian genocide led political reporter Ben Jacobs to call her the most successful policy advocate during the Trump administration so far. Whoa.
Can I get a round of applause?
Whoa.
A round of applause for that presentation,
Whoa.
but a round of applause for the person that Kim has become, because if Kim can do all that, anything is possible.
Anything, a transformation, that's insane.
I know you love Kim. Did you love her in 2009?
I did. I always thought she was like funny. I've always found her personality to just be entertaining, the family when they were having fights, and just her as a person. But to see what she has taken her reality TV-ness and social media fame to be, and to be actually doing something with her platform is what makes her my favorite.
She's like I think she's so relatable too, even though that's kind of probably a controversial thing to say, because despite the fact that she has fame and all of the money in the world, etc., I feel like she's still down to earth. Like seeing the little spats that she gets into with her sisters on Keeping Up with the Kardashians or on whatever TV show they're on just makes me feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just like her, but like minus everything.
The only time I wasn't the biggest fan of Kim was in 2016 when she illegally recorded a phone call with Taylor Swift, because y'all know I love Taylor Swift.
I liked it. It was kind of sad.
I loved it. It was
you
messy.
Guys.
It was hilarious.
Disagree. Listen, Taylor, I'm always going to stick up for Taylor. You know I love Taylor. I thought that was wrong. Aside from that, though, Kim Kardashian's become a really good person.
She always has been.
But now she's helping so many other people. Like, in what day and age do we think that this would happen, what she's doing today with the criminal justice system? It's insane. The fact she's also studying to become a lawyer.
Love it.
Like, what's going to look like in another 10 years?
It's a great question. She's probably going to be president, and you know what? She probably has my vote. I do want to take a moment, though, and focus on her glow up. In 2009, Kim was absolutely beautiful, But the person that she is now is like so inspired by Kanye's style sense. Like we were saying, Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh my God.
Take it from my hands. What do you guys think? When I look at the side-by-side photo, the one thing I notice that's different is goodbye baby hairs.
Oh yeah, that's out of here. Just, I don't know how to describe it. It's like perfecting, you know how people perfect their craft?
Yes.
She's perfected her face, her body, her silhouette. There's sometimes, I just sent a picture last week in my group chat. It was like a paparazzi shot. And she just looked like, I don't know, like a doll.
Yeah.
Like a mannequin that just came to life and escaped the mall at night. Like, she just looks so put
escaped
together.
the mall at night.
Yeah.
I love that.
She left that Nordstrom, was like, bye.
And I like to think that honestly, a lot of the reason she is more beautiful than ever is because of the inside out. And I know that's like Pinterest cheese, but I don't care.
Listen.
I like dairy products and I'm here for it. But there would be no new Kim without Kanye and their marriage and everything that's meant. But Kanye wasn't even around in 2009.
You guys, Kanye, where was he in 2009? Because he wasn't on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I'm gonna tell you that for sure. But he did come into the fam in 2014. So Kanye was a little bit late to the game, you guys, but he married Kim in 2014. And after that, I don't know if you noticed, but Kim's style drastically improved, and that's because somewhere in between the time they met, the time they married, and now, Kanye started telling her what to wear. As much as that's been a controversial thing, I think some people are really mad about that.
He can tell me what to wear.
She looks amazing. So what was actually very interesting is Kanye stopped being on the show when Kim got robbed. I know that was a huge thing. I'm surprised even Kim continued the show after that, but he's less on it, so we barely see him, but they are obviously still together and happy. Also, Kanye canceled his Pablo tour halfway through because of a mental breakdown that happened in the last 10 years. Also, he started not just attending church, but you guys, he started his own Sunday service. The first one ever was at Coachella, and it still happens today. Is it monthly now? Do you guys know?
He's going on tour, and he has the album, Jesus is King.
An opera.
The opera. So Kanye has famously said that he sort of compares himself to like Walt Disney, and when he first said that years ago, I was like, that seems wild. But now I'm kind of like, maybe he is.
No, it's so wild. It's so wild.
What?
It's a little
Joslyn,
wild.
are you drinking the
It's a
Kool-Aid?
little-
I am deep into the Kool-Aid. You know how I feel about this family. I love them. I think he is extraordinarily a visionary right now in our culture.
Yeah, I think that I really love seeing him and Kim together. I think that they build each other up and they've each created their own empires. I wouldn't go as far as calling him Walt Disney. However, he's grown a lot as a
Steve
person.
Jobs, maybe?
No, okay, let's just stop comparing him to people. But can I just say the one thing about Kanye and Kim that's like my favorite thing to look at? Have you guys seen their house?
Oh,
Their
yeah.
house looks like a straight up museum.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts? Do you like it or are you against it?
It's very clean. It's a house that I feel like I would just always be panicked inside of as far as like making a mess. But I love the aesthetic. I love things to look like crisp and just nice. So I get it. I think it's very, very attractive.
I agree. Also, like, what are the chances that they actually have to clean?
Oh.
Like, if I didn't have to clean or do anything, I'd be like, white everything, totally chic, totally perfect. But that's not the truth I'm living currently. So good for them is what I'm saying. But it is time to move on to my own personal favorite member of this entire family, and that is easily KRIS Jenner. Oh my gosh, take a look at this photo of KRIS Jenner in 2009. I thought Kim had the best glow up, but it might just be KRIS. KRIS has always been a beautiful woman, and if you go back to 2009, her life was definitely a lot different. She was still married at the time. She was still very powerful and building this empire that we now know as the KARJENNER family. But there was no Corey Gamble in the picture, but now, yes, she is still going strong with her man of many years, Corey Gamble. At the present, I also have to point out that she is negotiating a $300 million deal for the next Keeping Up with the Kardashians contract on E, which would double the $150 million they received in 2017. So honestly, not a ton to say about KRIS and what's going on with her.
Oh my gosh.
Look at her.
She looks younger. How?
Girl, you
Renee,
know how.
great question. We know how. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. But I have to say, even though there's not much to say about Kris and like her personal life, aside from her new-ish relationship, you have to know that she is involved in every single strategic move that everyone in the family makes. And she is just so proud of them as her kids and also from a business perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just a genius at this point.
I want her to be my momager.
Same.
That's like ultimate goals, as if Kris Jenner ever called me, which she won't because I'm not a Kardashian or a Jenner, but I think everyone wishes that she just like managed their entire life.
Yeah, I love my favorite thing from the internet, or one of my favorite things this decade is the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner
Yes,
works hard.
yes, Kris!
Every time anything happens, like the way that it's able to be spun into a positive, whether it's like their merch being up in a week off of some random quote, like she just like, how?
She's genius.
That's the thing. When we look back at like the last 10 years, you really have to give it to Kris. As much as all of the kids have really taken off in their career, Kris is the reason behind it, and don't you forget it.
No. I know I said Jesus took the wheel, but it might have been like Kris Jenner taking the wheel for everybody. Moving on though, I mean, Khloe Kardashian has had a decade of it. Wow.
Let's talk about Khloe real quick.
Yes.
Khloe in the 2010s. She began dating Lamar Odom in 2009. 3 weeks later, they got married. The two had trouble trying to have kids, and Lamar spiraled. They ended up getting a divorce about 4 years later. Since then, Khloe has had a bit of a problem with relationships. Lamar, unfortunately, was found unconscious in a brothel under the influence of drugs and alcohol in 2015. Khloe stuck by him and supported him through rehab and recovering. She started dating James Harden for a year and then moved on to Tristan Thompson. Tristan was caught cheating once, then during her pregnancy with True, and then Jordan, aka Kylie's best friend, kisses Tristan and all hell breaks loose. True will soon star with Khloe in a show called Khloe and True Take the World. Speaking of which, on a professional level, 2016, Khloe had Cocktails with Khloe. They got canceled after 1 season, but she's bounced back with Revenge Body, which is currently on its 3rd season on E!
My God.
I have to agree. I think Khloe has been like the longtime fan favorite in the way of being the most relatable. But the decade she has had in her personal life and how she has handled it is extraordinary.
Yeah, it really is.
The fact that she remains positive and lovely and is still public about her life, like, I commend.
Yes.
The Lamar thing alone, wow.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
crazy.
she's just been through so much. What I love, and I don't know if you guys ever need like a pick-me-up, I go to Khloe's Instagram story because she always posts these inspirational quotes that make me feel better. And if Khloe can get through Lamar, Tristan, we can get through any of our problems. And she continues to just thrive. She's getting a new show, which actually, I didn't know she was getting a new show with True. This was news to me today.
Breaking the news.
Yeah,
Kingsley.
wow.
Breaking the news.
This is what I
But
do.
where are they gonna go? Takes the world. That's so outside of their brand. They usually
Anywhere.
take a city.
They can pay for anything and just like go wherever they want. She's just like, I've always found her to be like the funniest and the most just like effortlessly entertaining one. And to kind of see her transform, because I know she's had issues with like insecurities and stuff, literally transform her body, her face. You can tell maybe her sisters have been giving her like makeup tips. Like, she really has just started to feel herself, and you can see it when you look at her. And I love it. She just looks so good.
Also, we didn't even talk about Good American.
Oh
the
my God.
jeans that have revolutionized the world. The brand that is finally like catering to women who have booties and bodies. It's her company, Good American.
Okay.
Is an incredible clothing company. Shout out to Khloe for making a brand that is actually for women, by women. And honestly, you're probably making so much money, and I'm so happy for you. Like,
I know,
wow.
good for you, Khloe. Honestly, with her building her own empire, getting through all of this emotional turmoil, I just can't wait to see what like the new decade brings for her. Hopefully, a solid relationship with someone who's like
Outside
not
of the
trash.
NBA.
Outside
of the NBA.
No more NBA players. Just someone that'll treat her right and not make out with Kylie's best friend.
Woo!
Just throw it out there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
she, like, maybe now that Kim is like dabbling in like you know, political reform, maybe she can set Khloe up with like a hot young politician or like activist or something. She doesn't need money or fame.
No.
She just needs a good man. Actually, she doesn't need anything. She's doing well on her own.
I just want her to have love because she used to have in her Instagram profile, I crave a love as deep as the ocean. She just wants some love.
She needs whatever she wants, and she should get it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have seen Revenge Body and like
Oh
her
my
whole
gosh.
thing, like just her aura and her spirit.
Yeah. What
Continue
you
that.
said. What you
Continue
said.
that.
But I think we should move on to a sister that, you guys, she may be leaving Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Maybe.
We're still unsure, but I'm talking about Kourtney.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so back in 2006, Kourtney and Scott were dating on the show when the show started. And then, if you remember, he started off as like an alcoholic, messy dude who couldn't get his life together. Fast forward to 2009. When Mason was born, and you guys probably remember because Kourtney made headlines when she literally pulled him out of her body. Fast forward through a lot of their mess. There was Scott throwing kind of temper tantrums on the show. He punched a mirror, and then Kourt ended up using Mason as leverage for him to get his life together. But the two continued to be on again, off again, and finally broke up in 2015. But obviously, as I'm sure you know, they continued to co-parent together. Then, in 2015, Penelope was born, and then Reign was born in 2017. And then somewhere in between there, Scott did start to get his life together a bit. He checked into rehab back in 2014. But you guys, Kourtney moved on because she met Younes Benjima, who she did date for 2 years. Remember him? He was gorgeous. Then Scott, I don't know if you guys know the epic name that he goes by, Lord Disick. I forgot why this happened, but apparently it did because he got knighted during a trip to England, and that's how his nickname was born. Let's fast forward to 2017 when Scott started dating Sophia Richie, which was super weird because she was like kind of friends with KYLIE, and then they all have been on vacations together, including with Kourtney. They're still dating to this day. The relationship's still weird. But then moving even closer to now, Kourtney, she recently revealed that she's taking a step back from the show to focus on her family, even though like Mason is fully involved in the show and doing confessional interviews on it. And where we've left off is at a confusing page because Kim recently went on Ellen and said she also like doesn't really know if Kourtney's fully done with the show. She's just taking a big step back. So a lot's happened with Kourtney, mainly with the Scott stuff, the Younes stuff, and now the Kardashian Keeping Up stuff.
Wow.
But she looks stunning.
She is gorgeous, and I have a lot of respect for Kourtney, and I get how she comes across sometimes as a little brash on the show, but that's like an oldest sibling thing. I'm the oldest sibling in my family, and I like serve up truth serum to my siblings, and I don't give any Fs. I'm just like, no, I don't care who you are or what person out there is telling you you're amazing. I'm gonna keep it real with you, and I feel like that's her role on the show. 100%. So sometimes it comes across as mean, but I think it's actually loving.
It's hilarious. I mean, she just has like a kind of dry, sarcastic sense of humor. I relate to her so hard. She just seems like she wants to be a mom.
Yeah.
Like she's low-key like, okay, maybe the show was fine like 50 seasons ago, but now I just want to live my life, and I completely relate to that. And I feel like people definitely have to protect their happiness somehow.
Totally. And I don't know about you guys, like even though she's very dry and blunt with her family members, it always seemed like on the show that she just like didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And now it just probably was because she didn't want to be there. I think good for her, Kourtney, like kind of breaking the traditions. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Rob left the show. He started doing his own thing. And I think Kourtney can absolutely do the same thing for herself. If she wants to focus on her family, focus on your family. Just because the show's called Keeping Up with the Kardashians doesn't mean every Kardashian has to be in it.
And fun fact, she actually graduated from USC. So maybe she'll go and like, whatever I have no idea what her college degree was in, but maybe she'll be like an art historian or something now. I have no idea.
Gosh.
But you do you, girl. And also, Scott Disick, just keep doing whatever it is you're doing.
Flipping them houses.
I love Scott.
Yes.
He's a real estate legend now. What is going on?
Scott has had the biggest glow up, I think, of all the KARJENNERs because he went from like the alcoholic boyfriend that none of us liked in the beginning of the show
to a real estate mogul.
Yes, what? And I think he's one of the most loved. He is a family member.
Always loved Scott.
Scott's
like
the
he was
best.
he was a mess. but he was still, like, him and Kourtney's storyline when
He's just
watched
like, I just
was
love
funny.
you.
Yeah. What I think is so cool about Scott is the fact that, like, yes, Khloe's been through a lot, Kourtney's been through a lot, but it's usually with other people involved. Like, Scott had a glow up within himself where he went from someone that, you know, wasn't the best dad, wasn't the best boyfriend.
Right?
To now, he's a great dad.
Oh,
he's dating Sophia. They've been together for a while, and he's killing it, getting his own show. Like, he truly just like a moment for Scott. I think we need.
Okay, president of the Scott
Are you
Disick
his
fan
publicist?
club.
Like, I'm shaking right now.
Okay, so I love that you brought up Rob because I really miss Rob. So Rob in 2009, he was kind of going through a little bit of a tough time, the cheating scandal involving Adrian. Obviously, they're no longer together. She's married to someone else. But he was on Dancing with the Stars in 2011, and that's when he and Cheryl Burke ended up as the runner-ups. And some people are like, was this a Kris Jenner marketing move? And I'm over here like, I don't care what it was. I loved it, and I'm here for it. So seeing as though all of the Kardashians began their own business ventures, of course Rob had to follow suit. He started this sock business called Arthur George back in 2012, which seemed kind of random, but also seems like it's making a ton of money. Again, Kris Jenner has got her hands all over that, and I love it. Rob, however, was noticeably absent from the spotlight in 2013 and 2014 before Kim and Kanye's wedding, but he did reemerge at LAX where photos were taken of him. There were a lot of reactions, which were really hard for Rob. He flew to Europe, but then ended up skipping the wedding and flew all the way home. And then he totally ghosted us and the spotlight until about 2016. And that is when his relationship with Blac Chyna started making headlines. I mean, do you guys remember this? A lot of people were confused, thought they weren't compatible. But this was honestly probably the best thing Blac Chyna had ever done in her life because, hello, she almost became like Angela Kardashian. That's another story. What might have been one of the internet's best moments was Chyna's infamous, "Are you texting
Yes.
bitches? Yes or no?" from their reality show. Rob and Chyna welcomed their beautiful daughter Dream in November of 2016. They were on and off until July of 2017 when that whole like revenge porn thing with Chyna happened. That was a dark moment. So Rob cannot post on social media currently because of that, but Kris Jenner, she created a new account for him where she literally posts for him. The bio says, account managed by Jenner Communications. Rob Kardashian does not post to this account. I love that even though he has been banned from the IG, his mom is still coming through. Rob's had a wild decade, right?
Jenner Communications. I am weak.
Wait, that makes me so happy that
Me
Kris
too.
Jenner's running his Instagram.
Yes, I love it.
That's hilarious. I did not know that.
One thing we do know, though, did you hear that KENDALL was recently on a show, James Corden show with Harry Styles, where she ranked who was the best sibling or best parent of all her siblings, and it's Rob.
I was shook because, you guys, Kourtney's like quitting the show to spend more time with her family, and of all the people, I was thinking, oh, it'd be like Kourtney first, then maybe Kim. No,
Rob.
I
love that for
What a
him.
stand-up guy.
Not surprising. He seems like a sweetheart. First of
I
all,
agree.
I did not know his socks were called Arthur George.
Do you
I
own
literally
any?
have a
You
pair
do?
of Arthur George
Yes!
socks.
Oh!
They're green and white, and they're comfortable as hell.
I love
So
that.
shout out to him. But like, he seems like such a cute guy. He seems like, I feel like he kind of got like the bad end of the stick.
I
What is it
agree.
called?
Short
The
end?
The
Yeah,
short
yeah.
end of the stick.
Or the bad end.
Whatever. He got the end that nobody wanted.
Yeah.
As far as like just his well-being, and like now everyone talks about mental health obviously so much.
Yeah.
But I feel like when he was going through whatever he was going through, it was kind of seen as like a joke.
Totally
and no one really
agree.
knew how to handle a Kardashian that didn't want to be bothered.
Or in the spotlight for that matter, or super famous. Also, you know, I have a brother who grew up around a lot of women, and that can be a double-edged sword. Like, listen, my brother is prepared for a girl to come to him and be like, do I look cute? And he's like, you look beautiful always, inside and out. You have a beautiful heart, whatever. But also, it can be overwhelming sometimes when you are surrounded with so many super famous people who also happen to be your sisters. I think that's a lot, and I think he's handled it well as possible.
I mean, think of all of his sisters' personalities versus his. It's a family filled with big personalities that it's very surprising that he even managed to stay in the spotlight with them as long as he did, because he's always been so different. I will say Rob's another one that has come a long way, given I don't even know if we really know what's going on in his day-to-day life.
I'm curious.
I'm curious as
like
well.
him.
But that's almost a good thing, because if we haven't heard terrible things in the news, he's probably just cruising, being a great dad, and like good for him. He's come a long way from cheating on Adrian, which I will not forget, because I love Adrian.
Oh, the cheater girls. He also graduated from college, I'd like to point out. USC, must be a family thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to these like celebrities getting educated. But let's move on. But I want to know what Kendall was doing in 2009.
That's a good, ooh, look at
Oh
that.
my
Look
gosh.
Who is that?
She's a fetus.
Who that is? Oh my God. Kendall Jenner has had quite the 10 years. So in 2009, she put it into the universe that she wanted to be a model. And now she's the highest paid model in the world. Hashtag big mood. Kendall's modeling career started to kick off in 2012 following her regular appearances on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She's always been the more reserved, most likely to stay low and away from the spotlight sister, but she tried out really bold looks like blonde hair, pink hair, bangs, just really started to break out of her shell. She walked her first Victoria's Secret fashion show in 2015, but got lots of backlash for it because she was a KARJENNER. People said she had more connections and didn't really deserve it. She was forced to clarify comments she made after referring to models who do 30 shows a year as those girls. And those girls were not happy. She's also had quite the busy decade as far as dating. She's been linked to high-profile names like Ben Simmons, Blake Griffin, Anwar Hadid, A$AP Rocky, and Harry Styles. Her dating life actually remains a true mystery, but props to Kendall for keeping her personal life personal.
I love Kendall more and more, and I do have so much respect for her because she was kind of, you can't lie and say like, oh, she wasn't sort of handed this amazing opportunity with her career, but she has proven herself and worked so hard. And that's something that like your family can't give you. You have to do the work yourself.
Yeah.
And she has, and I respect that.
Yeah, I definitely respect her career. I think people do not give her enough credit for it. When she is working very hard, she's achieved really big things. The Victoria's Secret fashion show was a really big deal. It's canceled this year, RIP Victoria's Secret fashion show. But she's killing it as a model. It's really great to see her keeping like the same friend group that she's had ever since she was very young. The fact that she's managed to kind of be on the show, but also like maintain a life completely outside of the show, that's huge. I think Kendall is just a really cool person. What really made me believe that is watching her on James Corden when Harry Styles was hosting, which by the way, their chemistry was insane. But her personality fully came out. I'm like, I want to see more of Kendall.
I love Kendall. I feel like she's always had like a very cute personality, and I remember watching the show and her confessionals always were just adorable to me. And to see that she's been able to make a career for herself outside of the family, I feel like people don't understand, like if my family was connected, I would hope that they would use their connection to help me out. Like, I feel like people try to hate on it, but it's like, if you were in the same position, you would do the same thing. If you have like a family store in the neighborhood, you want your sons and your daughters to work there and like keep it up. I think that what she's done is crazy. I think that as far as the sisters go, not that it's a competition, as far as just like effortless beauty, Kendall is, every time there's one of those side-by-sides, she's obviously grown, but she hasn't undergone a lot.
A procedure?
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying,
love a good
she's
procedure.
stunning.
No. Yeah, listen, I think Kim Kardashian looks the best she's ever looked, and I can't even imagine how many things she's had done. But Kendall, like the before and after actually looks like it's just like when she was a kid versus when she was an adult versus like everyone else, which we were like, what? And you try to figure out like what they've done. Kendall, I don't think she's really done much at all. She's just stunning. And I can't stop staring at her face.
She's also very tall. Like, have you ever seen a side-by-side of her and Kourtney? She's
No.
like literally a solid foot taller. Not even like exaggerating, she is a foot taller. I love it.
And I love the way she's able to bounce back. I think when that Pepsi thing happened,
Yeah.
and just anytime any kind of scandal has come her way, the way that she's handled it has seemed just very non-dramatic, very like, okay, I did this, I made a mistake, let's keep moving forward. And I feel like as far as scandals go out of the family, she's, along with Kourtney, like the most low-key.
Yes.
100%.
But we do have to move on to the baby of the family.
The baby billionaire,
Yes,
you mean?
yes.
Kylie Jenner.
Who
You
is that?
guys, that is Kylie Jenner. Do you remember that face?
I think that's me in 1997. That's what I look like.
By the way, of all the photos we choose to show, like this one is so random. What is she doing? Look at the camera, but it's very cute. Wow, throwback. Oh, Kylie, where to begin? First of all, let's start in the beginning of the decade, in 2010. So Kylie was just getting on the show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She was only 12 years old, so she started this at a real young age. But what's very funny about it is, I guess Kris Jenner made a really bold prediction about her when an LA Times reporter asked her where she thought her family would be in 10 years. And she said, it's Keeping Up with the Kardashians, season 24. Kylie gets married. And what I think is so wild about this is Kylie was so young at the time, but she was experiencing life so quickly, and like Kris, I think, already had that in her mind. I mean, we'll get to Stormi, but like she moved at a rapid speed, so the fact that Kris said this, 10 years, she's 22. That's insane. Anyways, moving forward. So as we know, Kylie made appearances on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It wasn't a common thing. She did that throughout all of the seasons since, but she really started making headlines and people started caring and questioning about her in 2014 because her lips started to grow. This was around the time where she was just saying she was overlining her lips, and she's like, yeah, I just use like lip pencil, that's my trick, because she didn't want to talk about her lip injections. But in November of 2015, she dropped her first lip kit from KYLIE Cosmetics. That's so crazy to think about that was back in 2015, because it feels like KYLIE Cosmetics just started, and that was almost 5 years ago, you guys. Finally, also later in 2015, she admitted that she got lip injections, and she said the reason is because a boy made her feel insecure when he told her that she had really small lips. I want to beat that boy up. But joke's on whoever that guy was, because flash forward to now, you guys, Kylie's company is a $1 billion empire, and this happened in a span of like 2 years. Moving forward to Kylie's dating life. You guys remember Tyga? Yep, they dated from 2015 to 2017. Weirdly, even though Kylie was very young, fans were shocked when they broke up because they were super invested in the relationship. I actually remember this breakup pretty vividly because Kylie posted a song on her Instagram story that was called Drunk on the Mic that you guys have to listen to it. Listen to it after you watch this video because it is the most relatable song to Kylie's situation at the time. So fast forward to 2017, Kylie started dating Travis Scott at a Coachella party, you know, where all true love begins. Then at 21, Kylie became the youngest self-made billionaire. I think we're all still shocked about that. But a little before that, you guys, she had baby Stormi. Obviously, pregnancy rumors were going on for months, but Kylie stayed completely out of the public eye. She was posting only throwback photos on Instagram, so we weren't really sure until she made the announcement video. And then Stormi just celebrated her first birthday this year in February. And, you know, casually for her birthday, they built an entire theme park, as one does, I guess. And then in more of tragic news, Travis Scott and Kylie did break up in October earlier this year, and obviously people were devastated because of the whole family and they were invested in their relationship. But according to both Kylie and Travis, they're still on good terms. But I feel like Kylie lived more life than me in the last year than I did in my 25 years of life.
How about 30 plus years? I am truly blown away by what she, with the loving support of Kris Jenner, has managed to do with her career. And I think it's really cool that she's able to balance this $1 billion business with being a mom. Like, it's kind of just wild to me. Do you have more hours in your day, Kylie? Like, what's going on? But the side-by-side shot.
Just
wowzers.
I know. Oh my God, she looks, can I just say though, like in the picture on the right, like she looks like a billionaire.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like that's when she found out, and that's the face I would make too. I'd be like,
Yep, I did it.
I'm a billionaire.
Casual billion.
Were you guys heartbroken that her and Travis Scott broke up? Did that come as a surprise?
No, not really. I don't think so. Like when I think of Kylie, I don't even really think of her relationships anymore.
Okay.
I mostly just think of her as a business person, and I love her products.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these celebrity products, I'm like, here we go again. Oh, her lip kit. I have her lip kit on right now, and I have it on almost every day. And so many of my friends from like YouTube and people who are on camera, they like wait in line. They wait in line online or in public to get these lip kits because they're that good.
They are really good. My favorite is, I think it's the Mary Jo lip kit. It's the red one. I've been using that around the holidays for a couple years now. It's still good. I feel like they expired, but I still use it. I think she's killing it. I think she actually, the difference I would say between a lot of celebrities that like launch their own makeup lines, they don't really care and they're not as involved, but like Kylie, as we saw from the Office tour, is clearly there and participating and cares and is passionate about what she does. And I think that makes all the difference. She's constantly launching things. The fact that she's remained so relevant for as long as she has says a lot. Because, I mean, the Kardashians as a whole, like, people forget a lot of the times, you know, someone's relevant for a year, 2 years, 5 years, but the Kardashians have managed to remain relevant for over 10 years, and I think we really have to hand it to them.
Oh, yes.
Because they've all just continued to evolve and start new companies, successful companies, and they're all doing so much. So and Kylie's so young, so the fact she's at 22 and I look up to her, I mean, wow.
That's the thing, right? There's tiers. Like the family is so, like the age gap between them is really big. And when you look at like Kendall and Kylie, they really have latched onto that younger group that's kind of grown up with social media and with the Instagrams and everything. And I feel like that makes the family even more powerful. It's like, say me, for instance, I obviously grew up with Kim. I know who Kim is, but like my nephew, for instance, might be following Kylie and know who she is and know the lip kit and her fashion and just all her posts and just like, it's crazy. I think as far as style, hers is crazy. I agree with you as far as relationships. I haven't really paid attention outside of that messy Tyga situation where people didn't know how old they were and stuff.
I know.
But like just her as a figure, I think she's super captivating and she just looks really unique and she seems sweet.
Yeah.
They all are very sweet, and I can say that because I've met them, and they're very kind people, which I think is what matters most. And honestly, I gotta say, it is absolutely phenomenal what a lot of hard work and the power of Kris Jenner can make possible, and that is what we are seeing, and that is why they have evolved and continue to change and be relevant. But I'm dying to know from you guys and from you guys, if you had to pick between, let's say, Kim and Kylie, who do you think has had the most transformative decade?
That's a really hard question. I mean, I think they've transformed in such different ways. With Kylie, I think that we thought of her in 2009 as a kid because she was a kid. And now she's become not only like an amazing mother, but a successful businesswoman. And just seeing how she's evolved as a person, like her personality is very different than what it was. Again, it's hard to say, she was 12, you guys. Like, my personality was different from age 12 to 22 too.
What do you think?
I'm biased.
You like
I gotta
Kim.
say Kim.
Yeah.
Like even relationship wise, to go from what was happening at the beginning to find like Kanye and to have 4 kids at this point. She's like a mom. She had a very traumatic situation getting robbed that she spoke about how much that changed her, and then you kind of see her tone down, you know, her flashing her wealth in certain ways, and then the criminal justice thing will always just like,
yes.
I just don't know how.
Yes, and I think that is the most amazing thing, and I think a great place to kind of finish this off is that yes, these people are incredibly famous, but time and time again, all of them are using their voices and their power to do something positive in the world. So I know we've come to a standstill here. It is a tie. I'll let you guys be the tiebreakers. Hit the comment comment section and let us know who, in your opinion, has had the most transformative decade. I know it's gonna get crazy down there, but do what's good. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and also follow these lovely humans if you're not already, because they're gonna be doing big things in 2020. Woo! Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.